Welcome back to Pensioners Corner, the channel where we help you stay informed about changes that matter most to seniors, retirees, and anyone who values their financial independence. Today, we're discussing important updates to the UK banking system that are scheduled for October 2025. These updates focus on withdrawal limits, ID checks, and new approval steps that could directly affect people aged 65 and above. This isn't about causing alarm. It's about making sure you're fully prepared, informed, and confident about what's coming. If you rely on withdrawing cash, budgeting with physical money, or simply prefer traditional banking methods, these changes could impact how you access your own savings. For many pensioners, the ability to walk into a branch, withdraw money, and use it immediately has always been a simple and secure part of life. But new banking rules will bring tighter checks and more digital requirements. And while the goal is to reduce scams and fraud, the reality is that everyday customers, especially older ones, may experience extra steps, delays, or limits they haven't had to deal with before. So in this video, we'll go step by step through what exactly will change from October 2025, why these changes are being introduced, how over-65s may be most affected, the practical steps you can take today to avoid stress later, and what options exist if you run into difficulties. Let's begin by looking at the key banking changes. From October 2025, most personal accounts will have lower daily withdrawal limits. Banks will require ID verification for any transaction above £1,000, even if you're an existing customer they already know. Staff may also ask questions about the reason for larger withdrawals, and in some cases, they'll need to get extra approval before releasing funds. Banks will also report unusual or suspicious activity automatically to national monitoring systems. And if you want to take out a significant amount, you may need to approve it digitally or over the phone first. The Bank of England and the Department for Work and Pensions say these measures are being introduced to protect people from fraud, scams, and money laundering. While the intention is good, many ordinary customers will feel the extra hurdles most strongly. Now, let's talk about why over-65s are likely to be more affected than other groups. Older customers are often more comfortable with in-person banking and cash handling. Many pensioners prefer to withdraw money regularly to cover household bills, pay for home maintenance, or simply manage budgets without relying on cards or online accounts. This group may also live in rural areas where bank branches and ATMs are already limited. Rely on relatives or carers to help withdraw money. Feel cautious about online or mobile banking due to security concerns. For them, being asked to wait 2 days for approval, provide repeated identification, or answer detailed questions about their own withdrawals can feel frustrating and inconvenient. Imagine an urgent home repair in the middle of winter, and being told your funds won't be available until extra checks are complete. That's the kind of challenge these rules could create. Another part of this change is the push toward digital payments. Over the past decade, thousands of bank branches have closed, and many ATMs have been removed across the UK. By limiting cash access and encouraging digital approval for larger sums, banks are steering people toward card use, contactless payments, and online transactions. Campaigners have raised several concerns about this shift. For example, it reduces financial privacy because every digital transaction is traceable. It can disadvantage older people who are less confident with technology. It makes cash-only budgeting much harder. It risks accelerating the closure of more branches and cash machines. For pensioners, who may already feel a loss of independence through reduced banking access, these new restrictions could add another layer of difficulty. Of course, there is also the safety argument. Supporters of the new rules highlight that scams targeting pensioners remain a serious issue. Fraudsters have persuaded people to withdraw large sums of money or make urgent transfers, resulting in devastating losses. By putting in place checks such as automatic alerts, cooling-off periods, and ID verification, banks believe they can prevent many scams from succeeding. The benefits of these measures include notifications if your account activity looks unusual, time delays for very large withdrawals, giving you a chance to reconsider, extra ID verification to ensure you're not being pressured by someone else, While these steps may genuinely protect some customers, they also limit the freedom to manage money as you wish. Many pensioners may feel this is unnecessary interference in their personal financial decisions. So what can you do to prepare ahead of October 2025? Start by contacting your bank to ask what your current withdrawal limits are and how they might change under the new rules. Set up telephone banking or online access, even if you don't plan to use them often. This way, if approval is needed, you can respond quickly rather than being stuck. It's also sensible to keep a small emergency cash fund at home for unexpected situations. This doesn't mean withdrawing huge amounts, it just means having enough set aside to cover urgent needs like repairs, medicines, or travel. Another tip is to plan your withdrawals in advance. Instead of taking out large amounts at once, consider setting up a routine schedule of smaller withdrawals. That way, you avoid triggering extra checks. And finally, make sure your identification documents are valid and easy to access, since banks will likely ask for them more frequently. Now let's cover what to do if your withdrawal request is refused or delayed. First, stay calm and ask the bank to explain why the withdrawal was blocked. Request the explanation in writing if necessary. If you feel the decision was unfair, ask to speak to the branch manager. If you're still unsatisfied, you can escalate the matter to the bank's head office, and ultimately to the Financial Ombudsman Service if you feel your rights are being restricted. Knowing your rights is just as important as knowing the rules. This issue will be felt even more in rural communities. Many pensioners in these areas already travel long distances to reach a branch. With new restrictions, they may have to make multiple trips just to complete one withdrawal. Limited broadband coverage can also make online approvals difficult, and ATM shortages can push people to use machines that charge fees. Because of this, campaigners are urging banks and the government to maintain mobile banking vans and partnerships with the post office. The post office remains one of the most important resources for rural pensioners. It allows access to many different bank accounts in one place, and usually without extra charges for standard withdrawals. While the new limits will still apply, the post office remains a practical option for those who prefer face-to-face service. Looking further ahead, some critics worry that withdrawal limits are only the beginning. Once restrictions are in place, they rarely get removed. Financial experts point out that this could be part of a gradual shift toward a largely cashless society. While digital transactions are convenient for some, they also reduce privacy and limit options for people who prefer to manage their money in cash. So what's the best action plan right now? Contact your bank soon to understand how the rules apply to your account. Set up telephone or online banking access for approvals. Keep a safe but modest emergency cash fund at home. Plan your withdrawals in advance to avoid unnecessary stress. Talk to your friends, family, and neighbors so they also understand the upcoming changes. Stay updated through reliable news sources and government websites. Preparing now will make a big difference when October 2025 arrives. This isn't just about banking. It's about independence, control, and being able to use the money you've worked hard for throughout your life. The October 2025 withdrawal rules are coming whether we like them or not. The question is whether you'll be ready when they do. So, take the time today to check your bank's withdrawal policies. Make sure your family and friends are aware of what's changing. And most importantly, stay informed. Thank you for watching Pensioners Corner. If you found this helpful, please share it with others who may benefit. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications, so we can keep you updated as soon as new banking rules or retirement-related changes are announced. Your money is your responsibility, but with the right knowledge and preparation, you'll be able to navigate these changes with confidence.